All right. I think we are good to go. Hello, 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 everyone coming in. You guys, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. We are ready to go. Welcome. I'm excited to be here today. And today I'm going to be talking about how to bridge the gap between your book and your $10,000 offer. Now, if you are new to me, my name is Jasmine Womack. I'm the CEO of the Impact Group, where we help thought leaders to reach and surpass and make their first or next six figures by transforming their expertise into a best-selling book and a high ticket coaching program. And so, based on the work that I have done with consulting leaders and experts in the full time as an entrepreneur, I realize that there are a lot of entrepreneurs that have written books, right? And they're not really sure how to incorporate their books into their overall business structure or business suite. And I've also worked with consultants over the years who and speakers who want to expand their brand. They want to generate more leads into their business, but they're not really quite sure how to do that. And they're thinking about writing a book. All right. And so that's why I'm coming today and then I've met people that are living in the best of both worlds. They have a book, they're consulting, or they have a service based business or a coaching program, and they're not quite sure how to merge or connect the two. All right. And so that's what we're talking about today, how to actually bridge the gap between your book and your $10,000 offer, and some key components that you absolutely need in place in your business in order to do this effectively and efficiently. Y'all have me laughing. Dr. Lornika on Instagram. Thank you so much. I drink water, y'all. Dr. Lornika complimented me on my skin. I drink water. I don't drink a lot of soda, juices, teas, maybe a little sippy sip here and there when I'm with my husband, but I drink water throughout the day. So, and I do my best to keep my stress down. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And hello, Claude on Facebook. All right. So when you are bridging the gap between your book and your $10,000 offer, there are some absolutes that you must have in place in order to do this effectively and efficiently. And before I actually get into the strategies, I want to take a moment to talk about why this is so important, because I meet a lot of experts, thought leaders, speakers, coaches, and consultants, right? Who typically will have one or the other. They'll have a book, and then they'll have an offer, but typically it's underpriced. Or they'll have an offer, or will be speaking, but they're not quite sure how to leverage their book to fuel their higher end offers, their higher end services. And so you have to understand that it's all an ecosystem. Your book, your speaking, and your consulting or coaching offers all work together. All too often when people write books, they try to, you know, keep their book like it's in a silo, like it's a product or something in their business that they have that's just kind of off to the side all by itself. But in reality, your book should be playing a pivotal role in your business. In number one, attracting leads into your business, attracting qualified leads into your business and into your ecosystem. And number two, using it and leveraging it for positioning. Okay. Because having not just any type of book, a thought leadership book is absolutely a positioning tool. It's going to help position you as a credible, qualified authority in your industry. Now, we're not talking about those of you all who are writing memoirs or creating journals with a whole bunch of lines and we're not talking about those types of books. We're specifically talking about thought leadership books, books that position you as a thought leader or that in which you share your expertise on a particular topic or subject, okay? Which actually takes me to my first point. When you want to bridge the gap in between your book and a five-figure offer that you want to successfully and efficiently sell, your book must position you as a subject matter expert. This means that the book that you're writing, you're not only sharing your story, but you're giving strategies, you're giving tips, and it's based not off of theory, but it's based off of your practical experience in the field. Whether you are hands on and you're providing a service, whether you have been in leadership, whether it's been something that you studied, like you know what you're talking about because you have been doing it for a while and you have proven results, a track record of results. So if you're starting from the ground up and you're still trying to figure out what you want to write about, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to those of you all. You have proven track record of results. Now, here's where it can get kind of murky because your results can definitely be in your career. Your results can be in your business, but your results also can be a result of things that you have done in your life. And you're able to communicate and articulate how you turn things around. You're able to communicate and articulate where you were, where you are now, and the things that you did differently in order to create that transformation. So it's not enough. If you're going to use yourself as a case study, it's not enough to quote unquote talk about the story. You also must be willing and able to systematize and package into a framework the process that you took yourself through in order to get a transformation. Okay. And oftentimes that requires doing the work. That requires doing the work. So that means that there was a process that you went through. There was a process that you took your clients through and if you're going to teach someone else that same process, you can literally package it up and teach step 1, step 2, step 3. This is called a framework. It's an actual step-by-step process that you actually took or implemented to go from point A to point B. Okay. And when you are able to package that into a book, now you have a book that's positioning you as an expert or as an authority on this particular subject matter. And of course, you tie in your story, but when you're able to write your book from this perspective, it's not all about your story. You're also sharing strategies and tips as well. Okay. So if you want to build the bridge between your offer, if you want to build the bridge between your offer, your $10,000 offer and your book, you have to have a book that's going to allow you to be even be able to do that. Okay? My next point, there has to be alignment between your book and your offer, meaning that you cannot think that you're going to take the book that you wrote and self-published 5 years ago, right? And then and then use it to sell an offer that you're creating right now. That book that you created 5 years ago likely might be outdated, especially if you were just kind of talking about your story. It's not going to work. If you want to bridge the gap between your book and selling a $10,000 offer, there has to be an alignment, meaning that the same audience that you wrote that you were targeting in your book, that same reader, they are the same audience for your offer, for your $10,000 offer. The outcomes that your reader wanted, the outcomes that your reader, the reader of your book wanted, those same people want similar outcomes in your program. Okay. There has to be alignment. What I mean by this is that you can't think that If you have 20 years experience as a in HR, right? And now you are writing a book for small business owners, teaching them basic HR and hiring practices. But the book that you wrote 5 years ago about how to be your best self is not going to convert into a $10,000 consulting client for your HR services. Does this make sense? There has to be alignment. The audiences have to be the same. The intended outcomes need to be the same or similar. This is extremely important. And this is one of the reasons why oftentimes when people say, I don't know how to connect my book to my offer, it's because your book likely is on a totally different topic than the 5-figure offer that you're trying to sell. So, of course, there's going to be some misalignment there with the audience. Okay. So, number one, your book must position you as a subject matter expert. Number two, there must be alignment of your book, your offer that you're selling, the audiences, and the outcomes. I hope this is making sense for everyone. Okay. Which takes me to point three, you must have a funnel. Now, hear me. Okay. Having a funnel does not necessarily mean that you need some type of fancy technology. Oftentimes, when people think funnel, they immediately think Kajabi. They immediately think Kartra or ClickFunnels. No, those are technological tools that you can use to set up an electronic funnel. But all a funnel is that it's a pathway or a process or a journey that you're going to bring a prospect through to convert them into a client. So from the time someone is introduced to you and your brand, every touch point that they make with you, all the way to becoming a client, is a part of your funnel. So as an author, you need to know what your funnel is. And you need to have what I call money marketing magnets or call to actions throughout your book to bring people back into your email list or your text list or following you so that you can nurture them. So when you want to build a bridge between your book and your 5-figure offer, your $10,000 offer, you have to actually have a funnel to bring your reader from actually being a reader into now being a 5-figure client. Okay. And so you have to sit down and map out what that customer journey is. Because just because you have the book doesn't, you can have the offer, but what is going to be your documented, your signature process for taking the reader from your book and being a reader into now they're enrolling as a client that is paying you $10,000 or more. Oftentimes we don't think about this. We just think, oh, I want to write a book, but we don't write books. Let me change my language. Oftentimes experts make the mistake of not considering this. But this must actually be considered before you write a single word. And this is the process that I take my clients through. You have to start out thinking about the outcomes, where you want this reader to go, what you want this reader to do before you write a single word, because the outcome for the reader is going to dictate and determine the type of information that you put in your book. And it's going to determine the type of funnels that you set up inside of your book and also via the systems that you create for your readers. A lot of experts and leaders make this mistake because they're not thinking end game. They're thinking right now, I just want to write a book. Oh, it's been in my heart. I know I need to write it. I've been having this this push and this force. All that's good and great. But you do know you don't want to end up in what I call the Amazon abyss, where now you've written a book and you have no clue how to move it. And let me tell you all something. Having a book as a physical product is one of the best lead magnets that you can create. It's one of the best ways to establish your authority and your credibility. And it's something that you do the work for one time. You write it one time. You go through the edits one time. And then once you have your product, you're literally selling it the rest of your life. So you're literally doing the work one time and then you're getting paid from it in multiple ways over and over and over and over again for the next 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. If you have your sales systems mapped out, if you understand the outcomes for the reader. So you've got to have some people might call it a book funnel. What is your conversion funnel? What is the journey? The step-by-step process, the step-by-step actions that you are going to take your reader through to transition them from being someone who just purchases your book for $19.95 to now they're paying you $5,000, $10,000 for your coaching or consulting services. I hope this is making sense, right? If you are unclear on this, on what this journey is, if you are unclear on what this pathway is and what the outcome should be, then you're not going to get the $10,000 client. But all of this should be considered before you write a single word. That's why oftentimes when people come to me and they're like, okay, I already wrote a book. My next question is, great. How much have you made from it? How much have you made from it in bulk book sales? How much have you made from it in speaking engagements? How much have you made from it in coaching clients? And if you're going to sit here and tell me that you've made less than $3,000 from your book and related programs, products, and services in the past year, you've got some work to do on your foundation. You've got some work to do on your foundation. This is why simply having a book is not enough. You've got to have your processes and your systems set up so that you can actually convert your reader into a five-figure client, into someone that pays you $10,000 or more for your programs, products, and services. Okay. And this is the work that we're doing in Atlanta, October 11th through 12th. At Published and Paid Live, we're actually going to help you map out your step-by-step conversion funnel so that you can convert your reader into a client who pays you $10,000 or more. So that you can convert your readers and so that you can leverage the content in your book to secure 4 and 5 figure offers. I just had one of my clients to DM me right before I came on. And literally in the past month, she secured her first keynote at her first workshop at a college, and she secured 2 clients that she's been able to convert into one-on-one clients for to do coaching intensives in 4-figure amounts. So literally in the past month, she's literally made about $8,000 to $9,000 simply from her book because she's been able to transform her book and funnel them into other things. And so we just had a conversation just simply in the DM about what her next step should look like so that she can position herself to sell bulk order of books to colleges and universities. You got to understand, when you have a book that's written the right way, and now you're going to go sell not just to individuals, but you're selling to schools, you're selling to organizations, and they buy 400 copies of your book and you can make $10,000 just from a product that you create one time, but it's a well-created product. The messaging is on point. It's very clear in regards to the outcomes of that product. Like, w- what like really what are we doing? Why are we not doing this? Right? Why are we not doing this? So the final step when you are bridging the gap between your book and a $10,000 offer is to actually make the offer. So in order to make the offer from your book to a $10,000 program, you have to number 1 be confident because confidence sells. If you're shaking in your books when you speak a $10,000 price point, please believe the person that you're speaking to and the person on the other end of the line can pick up on your apprehension. They can pick up on your hesitance. They can pick up on your fear. And that alone can disrupt your sales process. Confidence sales. There are people who do not have the competence, but they have the confidence. And because they have the confidence to sell what they're selling, people buy from them. You've got to, number 1, have the confidence. Number 2, you've got to have the competence, meaning that you've got to know your offer in and out. You've got to know the benefits of it. You've got to even be aware of some of the objections that people will give you and reasonings as to why they might say that right now is not a good time for them. And you've got to know how to counter those objections and get them to second guess what they're saying and have a mindset reframe around their thoughts and their approach to what it is you're doing. So you've got to actually make the offer. So when you have a conversion process, whether it's book a call, whether you are selling via groups virtually or in person, now you've got to actually make the offer and you've got to have competence. You've got to have confidence, you've got to have competence, and you've got to be able to communicate. You've got to be able to clearly explain everything that your prospect is going to receive, how and why is beneficial for them, and how it's going to help them achieve the outcome. Now, here's the thing about crafting a $10,000 offer that a lot of people don't talk about, okay? Your $10,000 offer cannot just be an offer that you just hit a 5-figure price point on. Typically, $10,000 offers are going to be some type of done for you service. A $10,000 offer is either going to be a type of done for you service or it's going to be I just lost my train of thought. A done for you service, a one-on-one offer where you're working one-on-one with the client for a period of time. This could be a VIP day. Like my VIP days are $10,000. It comes with support afterwards for that price point, but mine are $10,000. Okay? This is where I work with you on your business for a full entire day. And we have specific goals that we are going to accomplish. Like I have a VIP day with a client coming up. She's a traditionally published author, but she doesn't know how to monetize. And because she's selling her book through the channels that her publisher is producing, she can't monetize in the same way that a self-published author would monetize. So what I'm going to help her do, and she's undercharging when it comes to speaking. So we're building out her speaking. We're building out her speaking offers, her consulting offers, her training offers. We're talking about different funnels that she can set up outside of what the publishing company offers and more so that she can monetize on the back end of her book. If you are writing a book and you're not actively, consistently thinking about how you're going to turn that book into more income, okay, you're missing out. You are missing out. And I want to help you not just write a best-selling book, but I want to also help you transform your book into millions. All right. And that's the work that we're doing at Published and Paid Live. But back to my point. Okay. Your $10,000 offer could be a VIP day where you work hands on with the client to help them achieve specific outcomes and create certain things in their business. And of course, you can have a period of follow up and support after that VIP day. Your VIP day could be a done for you service, which is a package that you create for your audience or for a specific segment of your audience where you are actively taking the reins and you're doing something for them. So instead of teaching someone else how to do X, Y, and Z, you and your brand and your company, you all are actually the ones that are doing it step by step. And then you give them a finished product. Okay. Your $10,000 offer, all right, can be a 12-week one-on-one consulting package. A 12-week one-on-one consulting package. Especially like if you're working with other executives, working with other leaders. One of my clients just sold her first $48,000 consulting package where she's working one-on-one with with one other educational administrator to help them get off of the needs improvements list. That was a $48,000 package. Okay. So I want you to start thinking because all too often people will say, hey, increase your rates, increase your prices, but they don't think about the type of offers or how that offer has to be structured in order to successfully sell it at that price point. You can't take something basic and put a $10,000 price point on it and think that people are going to buy it. No, you've got to first know what type of offers typically convert at that price. And one of the best ways to understand that is to invest in that level on yourself. Like for me personally, that's just one of my that's just something I do for integrity. I never charge anything that I haven't personally paid. So when you want to start charging on certain levels, a good rule of thumb is to start investing on those levels in yourself so that you can actually know and see and be able to tell the difference. So $10,000 coaching packages, $10,000 offers can include a VIP day where you work with someone one-on-one for 6 to 8 hours, and then they might get a bit of support afterwards, or they may not. A $10,000 package can be a done for you service where you actually build out someone else's processes, procedures, create their product for them, or whatever it is you do. Your $10,000 package can be a one-on-one 12-week consulting package where you meet with your client once per week. You have defined outcomes and defined goals. You have metrics that you're going to hit at the end of those 12 weeks, and you work with them every single week, and you're all pretty much in their business, and you're an active part of their business for the 12 weeks that you're consulting them. For those of you all who want to do group offers, and you want a $10,000 group offer, you might be looking at anywhere from a 12-week to a 12-month group coaching package, depending on what's in it. Depending on what's in it, because group packages can get kind of funky when you don't structure them right. So if you're going to offer a group package at the $10,000 rates, for 12 weeks, typically it's going to involve some type of experience and maybe even some one-on-one where your clients might get a certain number of one-on-ones with you within that 12 weeks, and it may come with some type of in-person experience versus a 12-month coaching package that's $10,000, and your clients are getting the gift of extended time and extended support to work on the assets, but they might not get in-person experiences and one-on-ones and all of that. You follow me? So you can't just turn on your camera, shoot a couple videos and say, okay, this is a course, this is $10,000. No, you have to understand the makings of a 5-figure offer. And be sure that it's something that your clients want, need, and will pay for. Okay. But this is what we're going to be doing at Published and Paid Live. So whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, I invite you to come and join us in Atlanta, Georgia, October 11th and 12th. If you purchase one of the final 6 remaining VIP tickets, you can come in for our bonus day on October 10th. All right. And you can learn all about the event at www.publishedandpaidlive.com. At Published and Paid Live, we're going to take some time to help you to create your 7-figure blueprint, your 7-figure business blueprint, so that you can leverage this blueprint to write your best-selling book, create your signature speech, and create your signature high-ticket offer all in one. We're also going to work with you to help you to create your $1 million offer suite. This is an offer suite that includes your core signature product, your champion product, which is your 5-figure offer, and your conversion product, which is the offer that you're going to sell to get people off of the fence and get them to convert into clients. And with all 3 of these pieces in place, you can scale up your business, because that means that you will have products and services to offer at different price points for the people that are at different stages of your funnel. We're going to actually be developing this and mapping all of this out at Published and Paid Live in the room. And one of the things that makes Published and Paid Live unique is that it's not, the Jasmine show where it's going to be me talking the entire time. I teach, and then we're actually going to do the work in the room. But while we're doing the work, I don't just sit up on the stage looking pretty. I'm actually in the audience providing coaching to our attendees along with my team. So this is your opportunity to get in the room and get on-site feedback on your book, on your ideas, on your outlines, on your frameworks, on your processes, your procedures, and your offers. We had an attendee who came to Published and Paid Live last year, and based on the coaching that she received from me in the room, we revamped her packages, and she left the event and secure a $50,000 client. This is the type of work that we do in the room at Published and Paid Live. But outside of the training and the implementation, you're going to get templates. You're going to get scripts. I said scripts. You're going to receive scripts, sales scripts. You're going to learn step by step how to actually implement and execute on the conversion strategies, so that you not just have an offer, but now you actually know what to say, what to do, what your outreach should look like, so that you can convert your clients so that you can convert your readers and your prospects into paying clients. So we are removing all the guesswork for you. So at Published and Paid Live, not only are we going to take you through the tactics and the strategies, but we're going to equip you with the tools that you need in order to effectively, efficiently, and successfully move forward, to write your best-selling book and transform your book into a high-ticket coaching program and sell your offer. That's what we want you to do. And that's why it's called Published and Paid Live. It's not paid and published. You've got to publish first, whether it's your book, whether it's your course, your coaching program, your offer. It's packaging your intellectual property into a sellable offer and then being paid from it. That is why it's called Published and Paid Live. We're working on helping you to publish your books, your courses, your coaching programs, your consulting offers. Understand how to articulate them and sell them and get paid from it. Listen, guys, we are down to the final 20 general admission tickets, the final 6 VIP tickets, and we only have 2 platinum VIP tickets remaining. For those of you all who want to join me along with my brand team and get your brand shoots and a half day VIP day with me. Okay. You can go to www.publishedandpaidlive.com to secure your seat. Okay. We literally have less than 30 seats remaining for the whole entire event. And we want to make sure that you're there. All right. So if you are just now tuning in, I'm going to keep this replay up. Okay. So that you can learn how to bridge the gap between your book and your $10,000 offer. Everything that I share here, guys, this is not by theory. This is what I do. I've been selling $10,000 offers for the past 4 or 5 years effortlessly. Matter of fact, the high ticketed offers are oftentimes easier to sell than my lower ticketed offers. It's easier to sell a $10,000 package than it is something for cheap. I'm just going to be like, I'm going to be real with you. Because even though we sell 5-figure offers, when I come out with a $79, $99, there are still people that's like, I'm not sure I can afford that. That you're not the client then. You are not the client. All right. Before I hop off, does anybody have any questions? So if you have any questions, and I know I can take questions on Instagram, but through this streaming tool, sometimes questions and comments don't always pop up. So I actually have to, especially like if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or something, I can see you on YouTube. Hey, Dr. Donovan on YouTube. But sometimes the questions coming through Facebook don't populate in the streaming tool. Thank you so much, Mark, for posting that in. I really appreciate it. You can go to www. It's published with an ED on the end and paidlive.com. All right. So let me know if you have any questions at all. I don't see any questions on Facebook. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and hop off. Thank you all so much for tuning in, Dr. Donovan. Dr. Smalls, I look forward to seeing you at Published and Paid Live. I know you bought your VIP ticket a while ago. You're welcome, Tawanda, on Instagram. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the room at Published and Paid Live. You can go to www.publishedandpaidlive.com to grab your ticket, guys. This is the final year that we are doing a large scale event where we're going to have like 50 to 100 people in the room. Okay. You want to make sure that you're there because this is our finale year. I'm going to be giving away some goodies that I've never provided before. So I'm telling you, you definitely want to make sure that you are in the room. And if you have any questions about anything that I've shared here, feel free to send me a DM or email in at hello@jasminewomack.com. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys later.